Most people believe they'll live well into the late 80 year or even 90 year, picturing peaceful walks, strong legs, sharp minds, and days filled with grace. But the truth is more sobering. Many won't live past the age of 82. And not because of some sudden illness, not because of fate, and certainly not because they were simply too old. The reason is far quieter and far more dangerous. It's a slow drift, a daily unraveling caused by habits we dismiss, warning signs we ignore, and decisions we delay. But here's the truth. Aging is not the enemy. Neglect is. Today, I'm speaking directly to you if you're over 60 or even approaching it. This is not just a video. It's your wake-up call. Because the next 12 months could determine whether you quietly fade or powerfully finish strong. One of the first and most overlooked changes that signals decline is this. People stop moving. Not overnight, not deliberately. It happens quietly. You retire, and there's no longer a need to walk to the office. You start driving instead of walking. Stairs become tiring, so you avoid them. You sit longer, not just at meals, but throughout the day. Before you know it, you're moving only when necessary, not because you want to, but because you have to. But here's what most people don't realize. Your body is always listening. And when you stop moving with intention, your muscles don't just rest. They start to shut down. Muscles shrink, joints stiffen, bones lose density, circulation slows, balance deteriorates. Not because you're aging, but because you're training your body to do less. Let me say this clearly. Walking around your house is not enough. That's survival movement. It's passive. What you need is functional, intentional movement. Exercise that challenges your posture, activates your nervous system, and keeps your coordination sharp. Example, a simple 10-minute daily routine with resistance bands, posture exercises, and a walk around the block can restore energy, realign your spine, and sharpen your brain far more than an hour of TV ever could. Your body was built for motion, but even more importantly, your brain depends on it. Every time you move, you stimulate your nervous system. You activate brain regions that control memory, mood, decision-making, and balance. The less you move, the less your brain engages. That's why many seniors feel slower, foggy, or less confident. It's not just getting older. It's underuse. Think of it like this. If your muscles are your engine, your nervous system is the ignition switch. And when you stop moving with purpose, you're pulling the keys out of the ignition. Let's talk about food. Not just what's on your plate, but why it's there. As people get older, meals start to change, not always in content, but in purpose. Many begin eating for comfort rather than fuel. Breakfast becomes toast and tea. Lunch is something soft and quick. Dinner is light, simple, and often processed. Easy, familiar, satisfying, but nutritionally empty. Your body after 60 doesn't need comfort. It needs backup. It needs protein to preserve muscle, fiber for digestion, and healthy fats to feed your brain. Yet most are still building meals like they did in their 30s without realizing their digestion, absorption, and metabolism have all changed. For example, you might be eating enough calories but starving your body of nutrients. That's why your joints ache, your energy is low, and your brain feels foggy. The solution? Swap breakfast cereal for eggs and fruit. Replace bread with greens. Hydrate with water, not sugary drinks. Add beans, lentils, fish, or chicken to every meal because muscle is the currency of aging and you can't build it with crackers and cookies. This one is hard, but it's real. As we age, our social world shrinks. Friends pass away. Families move. Routines change. The phone rings less. And slowly, we begin spending days in silence, not because we want to, but because we've accepted it. But loneliness isn't just emotional, it's physical, it's neurological, it's deadly. Studies show that isolation increases the risk of early death more than obesity or smoking. It raises stress hormones, lowers immune function, lowers memory, and increases risk of depression. Every conversation, every hug, every shared moment, it's medicine for the nervous system. And when it disappears, the body begins to dim from the inside out. Example, if you haven't had a meaningful conversation in days, your brain is starving. But one phone call, one visit, one walk with a neighbor, it wakes you back up. Don't wait for people to contact you. Be the one who reaches out. Start a book club, call your grandchildren, invite your neighbor for tea, join a walking group, or volunteer once a week, because connection is not optional, it's oxygen. Now, here's a myth we need to break. Poor sleep is just part of getting old. That's false. And worse, it's dangerous. Chronic sleep problems are a red flag. If you're tossing and turning every night, waking up groggy, or relying on pills to get a few hours of rest, your brain is under siege. Sleep is when your brain cleans itself. It detoxifies, repairs neurons, and stores memory. It's when your immune system resets and your body decides whether to heal or decay. Example, one night of poor sleep lowers your body's ability to fight off infection. Weeks of it, you increase your risk for Alzheimer's, diabetes, heart disease, and even cancer. The fix isn't just more sleep, it's better sleep. Dim your lights at night, turn off screens an hour before bed, cool your room to around 65 DH, 18 DEC. Try magnesium glycinate. Do breath work. 5 deep breaths can calm your nervous system like magic. Sleep is not rest, it's restoration. And you can't age well without it. This is the hardest one and the most powerful because it doesn't show up on x-rays, doesn't hurt, but it changes everything. It's the moment you stop aiming at something. When there's no challenge, no goal, no one counting on you. When the days blur into each other. That's not peace. It's decline in disguise. When you lose purpose, your body begins preparing to leave the world slowly, quietly. Muscles weaken, sleep gets lighter, hormones drop, memory fades. Not because you're old, but because your body doesn't see a reason to stay strong anymore. Example, a man who retires and sits at home with no routine, no goals, no people often declines rapidly. But the woman who plants a garden, calls her family weekly, volunteers once a month, and writes a journal, she thrives. Why? Because purpose fuels biology. You're not too old to get stronger. You're not too far gone to feel better. You're not at the end unless you decide to be. The truth is, most people don't die because they're old. They die because they stop participating in life. But you still have time. Time to move again with purpose. Time to eat for strength, not habit. Time to reconnect, to reach out, to laugh and be heard. Time to protect your sleep and heal. Time to find a reason, a mission, a task, a person, a dream. Because when you say, I'm not done, your cells listen, your nervous system wakes up, your energy returns, your posture lifts, your purpose ignites. And this is how you don't just live past 82, you thrive past it. Subscribe to the Spark Motivation if this message lit something inside you. Share your purpose in the comments. What keeps you moving forward? Like this video if you're ready to reclaim your health and future. Share this with someone you care about. You might just help them change their life.